So yeah, about that corruption team, they really suck. You know?
There it is.
Oh shoot, we're live. Hello.
Yeah, hi everyone.
Whoops.
I'm regret nothing.
Leave that in, Scotty. Oh boy.
So we are down one player. Reese said he will be here shortly. He's currently graduating right now.
Woo!
Yay, congratulations, Reese.
We are delighted that he has chosen to come and hang out with us after his graduation instead of, I don't know, going to get shit-faced or go out to dinner or something. I will be co-piloting him for a bit because, you know, we kind of left off right on the edge of a boss fight last time.
Yep.
Yeah. So before we get into that, does anybody have any announcements or anything?
I love you guys.
I feel like that's a pleading for mercy.
No, hit me with your best shot, motherfucker.
Yeah, can you not hit me? Hit Sammi the whole time, please.
I mean, if this thing does piercing damage, they can attack me all they want. I'm fine with that.
Do you have resistance against piercing?
I wish.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, that seems a little strong.
I just think it's really.
I have to talk to Chris about that.
I just think the comic of like the
Sassy
peasants,
skeleton.
the peasant with the pitchfork trying to stab the skeleton. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be great to just as a flavor thing, like when somebody misses your AC by 1 and they've got a piercing weapon, that's just what happens.
And you just go,
Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember. Am I in a ball pit? I think I was in a ball pit.
I think you're in the ball pit.
You are, yeah.
I definitely just shot like a gob of acid at this thing.
Yeah. So, we'll rewind a touch so that we can all remember what the hell was going on.
Please.
So
Thank
I
you.
believe
it's been a month.
Sekhmet had just threatened the gnome general manager of this establishment that
Again.
there better not be any freaky haunted animatronics. And then while the gnome was sputtering to say, I don't know what to tell you, they're in the building, they deliver the pizzas and stuff. You guys heard from across the way. So like this thing is probably like 100 feet away or something. This thud of footsteps, and coming through the doorway towards the back of this place where like you've heard that the workshop is. You see a massive, like 9-foot tall silhouette appear, stomping into the doorway. And when it comes into the light, you see it is a fuzzy green animatronic wearing a party hat and carrying a guitar. And stomp. It takes 2 more steps and turns its head to look at you all. And at 9 feet, the top of Sammy's head, who is the tallest of all of you, at
7 and 5.
yeah,
5.
the top of Sammy's head only reaches this thing's shoulders. The rest of you are at about its midsection. Daiyo is the smallest. The top of your head reaches about mid-thigh on the thing.
Oh,
And as it sort of turns the head to look at you, the head glitches, and the party hat disappears, and there is now a set of curled minotaur horns, and the fur peels back to reveal the metal skeleton beneath, and the guitar glitches and transforms into a spiked great club.
Oh.
Could everyone roll initiative, please?
ah!
I want to remind everyone there was only a minor mauling on a waitress.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, I like your dice cam there, bud. That's nice.
Yes.
Oh.
So you can,
Oh, nice.
so you can see how bad I roll live.
I like it though. It's good.
Are we gonna put it in the initiative
12
tracker?
for me, please.
Yeah, I have it up that I can send to everybody.
Yes, please.
I don't-
no longer have that.
I don't trust my computer with it, so I'm just putting it in Zoom chat.
Okay.
So for those watching
Oh boy.
and listening, Barkley got a 6.
Nice.
It's okay.
What did everybody else get?
I got an 18.
I got
14.
5.
We're gonna
I
do
got
great,
12.
guys.
We're gonna be fine. Fine.
It's fine.
I'll be right back.
It's fine.
Oh, hey, Jeanette.
Lluis got a 15, right?
14.
14. Okay, so I've got to roll for crypto.
The super dog.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Okay,
Oh, tank.
so
Hey,
we have Sekhmet at the top with an 18, which fits. Daiyo at 14, Simon at 12. The Beast at 11. Mark at 6, Sammi 5, and Crypto at a big old 4.
Wow.
So Sekhmet, what would you like to do?
I only have one attack, but I want it
Yeah.
known that I'm shooting as much as I can.
Okay.
Which again is only one attack
so,
with my acid pistol.
so you're screaming is what you're telling me. You shot and
Yes.
you're screaming. Okay.
He's not a fan. I'm aiming at the big creature, not the gnome. It may be confused.
I mean,
Yikes.
for what it's worth, he's about like 3 feet. This thing's 9 feet. Probably shooting well over his head.
That's a whole one, so maybe not.
Are we going with the?
We are not.
Okay, good, good.
Yeah, because poor Crypto would be so bone zoned. Because I know what it's like to have 4 attacks every round and have to roll on that table. I don't know where my D12 is. Cool. I had one sometime in the future. Yeah, so you shoot, and in your panic, you don't even realize it, and you hit the trigger before you've even fully drawn it, and it just goes wide.
Perfect.
This thing is about 100 feet from where you are right now. So would you like to move closer to it, or
Nope.
away, or
It's 100 feet away. How much space is there behind me?
You guys were like right in the lobby, so probably about another 30 feet behind you is the entrance that goes out to the street.
I'm at the entrance.
Okay, cool. Daiyo, you are up. This thing is about 100 feet from where you are.
That's very far.
If only you were a ranged
Looking
character.
at its size, though, you're thinking it could probably move pretty fucking quickly.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it moves so I can shoot it.
Hey,
I
why did I
will.
change this?
I will casually walk towards the thing. I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure it hasn't seen me because everybody's so big and I'm very, very small. So
I mean, like, you're in plain sight, but as far as you know, it doesn't have like a distinct hatred of you or anything.
so I will get in range as close as I can and shoot. Well,
Okay.
cast Hunter's Mark and then shoot.
Okay. What is the range on your gun?
The effective range is 30 feet. 30 feet.
Yeah, but it should have like a slash next to it for the second
it's,
range.
150.
Oh, okay, then yeah, you would be shooting at disadvantage, unfortunately. Yeah.
So it's 17.
That does hit. It sort of like sees you incoming and just like puts its head down and snarls at you. You take a second to aim a little closer and you hit it straight in where the eye would be. Roll your damage.
Okay. 10 damage, radiant damage.
Okay. It sort of looks up snarling at you, and it's got like some of the wires and stuff hanging down. You can see like a broken lens where that was supposed to be where the eye was.
I will point on my teammates. It was him.
Perfect. Simon, you are up.
Oh no.
Actually, no. After Daiyo's turn, it's gonna use a legendary action, and it's
Oh.
gonna start walking towards you, a little faster, a little faster. It is now 80 feet away from you.
Nope.
Does that trigger anything?
No.
Oh, well,
Okay.
it moves.
No, it has to be 30 feet.
Oh, okay. So I am going to actually run up to meet it, as much as I'm going to move my 30 feet up and stand next to Daiyo, and
Okay.
he's going to hold his palm out, and you're going to see that rippling of that, like that digital effect, and a code blast is going to fly free and shoot towards the monster.
Okay.
Okay. Does a 17 hit?
It does indeedy.
Yeah. Okay. All right, and I rolled 3.
Okay, 3
And that's
damage.
all I can do for now. Oh,
Okay.
no, you know what? I'm actually gonna use my scanner. Can I use it as bonus action? Is that right?
Can you?
You're
I
scared.
gotta go reread the scanner feature.
I want to say it's a bonus action, but I don't recall.
Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, it is actually. I'm looking. It's no. It's It's a reaction. Huh? It's a reaction.
A reaction to what?
I don't know. It just says. I mean, it's got it listed in the weapon.
Is that in the rules adjusted one that I sent?
Mm,
We'll say
okay, it says here bonus action, so I got it in the wrong place.
okay.
So I'll use my bonus action to scan it for HP.
Okay. All right. Its HP is currently at 55.
Too much.
And that's your turn? Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. Looking around at the people in the room. Yeah, it's
I'm trying to remember where we all are in this room. I believe Barkley's head is poking out of the ball pit.
yeah, you're at about 50 feet. So you were sort of in between these guys and this creature, but off to the side. Yeah, it is gonna use all of its running towards Daiyo and Simon at full tilt, and puts the head down. And you actually see that when the head goes down, the legs start to move even more powerfully, like there's these powerful pistons. And it is going to use what I've called the bulldozer charge. And it's going straight for the person that dealt the most damage. Oh boy. Okay, that's a 22 to hit Daiyo.
No. Can I shoot him though?
Yeah, you can, yeah. That's what your thing says you can do.
Yeah.
Wait, a 22 does not hit you?
No, yeah, it does, of course.
I was about to say.
The Glitch Hunter's reaction thing is that when a creature within 30 feet of you moves closer to you, you can use your reaction to take a shot.
Oh, yeah, I knew about that, but you said 22 to hit, and I was pretty sure he was joking.
No, it
He was
definitely
being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my armor class is 13, so it almost hit me twice.
Very dry with his sarcasm.
So you would get your attack off first, so go ahead and tell me your damage.
Okay, it's 19 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
14 radiant damage.
Ouchie.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say now.
You take 11 points of piercing damage, and I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Strength?
Yep.
14.
Wait, okay, so as a reaction, you said it's within 50 feet, correct?
Yeah. It's probably a lot closer now because it's in the middle of the room. It had been
Floating right next to its like behind it, next to its head, is a floating skull, and it says, "Really, bulldozer? That seems like such a horrible move." And it needs to make an intelligence saving throw.
okay.
As I cast
As a
Peanut
reaction?
Gallery as a reaction on its ass.
Nice. It's oh boy, it's a what saving throw?
Intelligence, you know, what it's really good at.
That's a 5.
Okay, so the saving throw check is reduced by 1. I know it's not much,
Okay.
but it's my way of helping.
It did help. Yeah, you passed. It definitely like it hit you and it almost threw you off your feet if you hadn't sort of like instinctively dodged to the side. But if you had tried to take that full on, yeah, no, you're pretty sure you'd have been a couple feet away.
Oh.
That's its action and its movement, so it's done. Bark, what would you like to do?
It requires a nutshell as its component, so I like to think there's just a broken nutshell in his afro or something.
Okay.
Anyway, so he's in a ball pit right now. Is that like difficult terrain?
I'll say that you were kind of like near the edge. I'll say just to make things easier that it is not.
Is he still 50 feet away? Because he charged. So what is his?
Mm-mm.
What is it now?
He
in
is-
theater mind.
He is within 5 feet of Daiyo. He is right on top of her, and you were only maybe like 10 feet away from them, off to the side of them. You're about 10 feet away from it.
Okay. As an action, you see appears to be flesh coming onto bone as like hard light appears around him as he does his hard light armor. It takes his
Nice.
action,
Oh.
but he moves up right up behind it,
Oh, okay.
and that's all he can do. So that's Berkeley's turn.
Okay. So Simon, Daiyo, and Bark are right next to it, right?
Yes.
Cool. At the end of your turn, for its other legendary action, I would like everybody to make a strength saving throw, please. The 3 of you. So Bark, Simon, and Daiyo.
Oh, come on, an AoE attack? As I got my reaction back after my turn, so I use my reaction again. So it needs another intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
This could lower the DC by 1. It's not much.
That's a 10.
Okay, -1 in the DC, I guess.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Oh no!
Is this DC 2?
It is not, unfortunately. What did Daiyo and Simon get?
5.
A 16?
I did, 16.
I had a 5.
Okay, so everybody who got under a 13 now, thanks to Peanut Gallery, falls prone.
Okay.
And that is the end of his legendary actions. Sammy, it is your turn.
She's gonna run up to it and stab him with her staff.
Okay.
I don't know how to do attacks, guys. I have magic.
Okay. What weapon are you using?
My trident. Well,
Okay.
it's a staff, but it's a staff.
Okay.
Okay.
One-handed or two-handed?
I guess
Or four-handed. I don't know.
Four-handed.
Okay. So go ahead and do your attack.
It's a 16.
That's a hit.
Yay. What does it do when it's two-handed?
Instead of dealing 1d6, it deals 1d8
Okay.
damage.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to do this. I'm sorry. I never hit anything.
It's okay.
Oh, sweet. And that's plus my strength?
Yes.
Okay. So that's a 10 points of damage?
Shit.
Yeah.
Messing it up. Okay.
Yeah. Just really like Don't mess with my friends.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, hi.
Crypto's turn.
Nice to see you here.
I have to remember how this thing works.
I believe there's a trigger on the gun. You use that. You like pull it. And...
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, sorry. I already used my reaction for peanut gallery. Sorry.
It's great. I haven't played a De-Fragger in like a month, and I suddenly forget entirely how they work. I'm trying to figure out what action it is for him to activate his array of hands.
I believe it was a bonus action.
Yeah, because you
Okay.
definitely did that and then hit stuff.
Yeah, you do that in the same turn you attacked, so it's bonus
Yeah.
action, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Just checking it. 'Cause
But I mean, that was a wave 1,000 years ago, so who knows?
I know. It was so long ago.
It was literally 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, so he's gonna do that, and he's gonna wail on this bad boy.
Oh, he's got a whale?
Yep, definitely.
Like,
And I believe Crypto's array of hands are mechanical, or at least appear so. So his first attack is a hit. Oh boy. Okay, so one hit and a bunch of misses. Thankfully, the one he hits with is his longsword, though, so it does a little bit more damage. So he runs up, and this thing sort of sees him coming and just like puts the head down and braces for it. And most of Crypto's sword strikes just sort of like glance off of the hard metal skeleton. But the last one, he sort of like waits a moment and tries to judge its reactions and just jams the longsword into one of the joints and drags down. There's this like sharp grinding sound. It's not looking super great. That is the end of Crypto's turn. Back around to the top. Sekhmet, you were up.
All right.
This thing is about 60 feet from you.
Okay,
And
so
surrounded by your new friends or co-workers.
I believe we're prone.
Yes, two of them are prone.
all right. So it's right next to the ball pit.
It's about 10 feet away from the ball pit.
Sorry, in the difficult terrain.
Oh, that would have been a classic. That would have been a classic. I'm just down on all fours behind it, and you just push.
Yeah. This is Sparta, kick it into the ball pit.
Perfect.
He's gonna flick out a laser pistol in his right hand. That's gonna extend out into a blast rifle. He's going to aim and fire at it.
Okay.
Still acid.
Okay.
That's going to be a 16 to hit.
That's a hit.
Sweet. That's a 3 acid damage.
3, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And then, do you have any spells that are bonus actions? I don't think I do. Okay, that's going to be his turn.
Okay. Daiyo, you are up. You are not on the ground, but there is a very big animatronic right in front of you.
Oh. So I will use my bonus action to give me the Gunslinger bonus attack.
Okay.
And without aiming very much, shoot its face.
Okay, go for it.
So it's a 14 to hit.
14 misses.
Oh.
It just glances off of the hard metal exterior.
It's 15. I don't know if it. I didn't count actually the bonus.
DC 16, sorry.
Oh. Okay.
And just glances off of the armored exterior and it just turns to you and it makes like, you would imagine a real creature would make this growling sound, but it just makes and this like garbled speaker sound from inside of it. Looking around to his surroundings and seeing that he is surrounded,
Oh.
I know prone foo.
I mean, technically you can still make an attack while you're prone. It's just not as good at it. Yeah, no, he's going after a new target. He is going to use his bulldozing charge legendary action and run at the one person that stayed out of combat so far. Actually, no, he cannot do that. He's going to use his legendary action to move because he cannot get to you until next turn.
Oh.
Yeah, so he basically like sees that he's surrounded, puts his head down, and takes off running away from you guys towards Sekhmet.
Does that
I
not?
shoot it.
Oh God, he's running towards me.
I don't know. Yes, he is.
Does that-
I don't know that it triggers at you as if it's running away from you or if it has to be running
It
towards
runs
you.
through your threatened squares.
It does,
No,
however.
Everybody but Barkley that was in melee combat should be able to, because Barkley already used his reaction.
Yep.
But everyone else should be able to smack it. Or try to, anyway.
Yeah. Anybody with a melee weapon?
Yep.
And prone would be disadvantage, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
So he has disadvantage?
No, whoever is prone has disadvantage. So Simon and Bark would have disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't, because I already used
you
the
can't
cantrip.
because you use your thing. Yeah.
I got a 16 on the nose.
That's a hit.
All right, so go ahead.
No, that's a hit. Go ahead. I'm just laughing at the chat.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's going to be 5 damage.
Okay.
And his chain whip is going to just like whip out as he tries to make a move past and like hit one of those ankles.
Okay. It's sort of like it hits the ankle and there's a little bit of resistance and you do hear like that metal grinding sound, but it just keeps moving. It doesn't seem phased that much.
That's a loadable.
I got a 10. I assume a 10 doesn't hit, right?
A 10 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay, great.
Daiyo, did Daiyo use her reaction yet? I don't think so.
No, I can smack it with my gun.
Go for it.
It's a very sad attack though. Okay, 20 to hit.
That would hit, yes.
Yeah, when I go melee hit. And I think it's a D4.
Yes.
Aim for the
Because
kneecaps.
you're a glitch hunter.
So it will be 5 damage, maximum damage.
Nice.
Shit.
So yeah, and I say, yeah, run away, you coward. As I'm bleeding from all my cuts and fish.
Okay. That's its legendary action. I don't even know that Daiyo has gotten her actual action yet. I think it might be Daiyo's turn.
No, I won already.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I
So
missed.
then we're on Simon then.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So he's gonna basically pull his knees up and roll back into like a handspring, and as he does, he's going to use half of his movement to jump up. And how far away is he? Is he like? Could I get back up to him within 10?
So the creature is 20 feet away from where you were, and you used half your movement. So he
I
would
can get
5
50
feet away.
But
Yeah.
that's cool because I have a reach weapon. So
You do.
yes, I do. So he's
Let's set
gonna
up.
hop and just like bound upwards all the way over there. And as he comes down and lands on his feet, he's gonna bring that chain over and it's gonna arc over his head and try to smack him in the eye. And the 17 will get it. So
It would, yeah.
he's gonna go ahead and use his bonus for after image. And dirty 20 will get it.
It sure would, yeah.
Hot diggity. So D4 2 times. Oops. Okay. Max on that one. So 7 on the first strike. And oh shit, double. 14 all day.
Okay, 14 together.
Yeah.
Okay. You hit it, and it sort of, you actually aim again for the heels because you saw that worked pretty decently a second ago. And the second one, you actually pull its foot from under it, and you hear this just like earth-shattering crash as it just collides into the hard linoleum floor and like all over the thing. There's one of the games that starts like doing all kind of like game sounds like you won, and tickets start spewing out. The handful of like cowering employees just take off running even more. It's not moving for the second. And you're like, okay, all right. Maybe that worked.
I don't trust this.
I don't know why you would not trust this, Aya. Why would you say that?
Because the way you said it, Cat.
Well, I've already used up all my action economy, so if something does happen, I'm still fucked.
Wait. Are we still in initiative?
You are currently.
Then it is not over yet. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as the screaming action bar is at the top and bottom.
Wait, is everyone still dithering in their specific squares?
So basically what happens is Simon hits this thing and it crashes, and you're like, okay, all right. And then you see that same like corruption jitter again, where like reality shifts a tad. And where some of those breaks in the metal and things had been, they're not there anymore. And this thing glitches again, and the head is turned like 80 degrees to the side and is just looking up at Simon and snarls.
Ah, tits.
Nope.
That was its action, unfortunately. Bark. It used its action to try and save itself from death. Bark, what would you like to do?
Move
You
to
see
get
this thing, it is prone, but it is clearly still moving.
move action to get up.
Okay.
Hand goes back like this. Conjuring into it is an orange ball that glows white.
Yes.
And he dribbles twice, somehow all in the same action, and shoots.
Go
It
for
glows white with celestial energy
it. Ooh.
as he uses his once-a-day soul energy to make it radiant damage.
Ooh, shit. Okay.
The diamonds on his bones glow and seem to cause extra swirling onto the basketball itself, as there's magic in my bones, adding a +1 to the weapon.
Nice.
As he attempts his 3-point shot. That is a 16 on the dot. Actually, I have advantage, right? He's prone?
You would, but it's a ranged attack.
Oh, then I have disadvantage.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, well, okay. So, right. So the first one, I should have the dice came up, was a nat 10. Here's the second one.
Oh, shit!
So, in its favor, I guess I didn't crit. But, I still hit, so...
Yeah, you did.
You roll that d-mod. A whopping 10 radiant damage from across the court.
That still seems to hurt it. It sort of had been like, you can see the you can hear the whirring of like the pistons and the arm joints and everything. Simon, you can actually see this machinery spinning. It starts to get up, and you hit it, and one of those joints falls and it collapses back down. It's hurting, but it's still moving.
All right. At the end of my turn, my basketball comes right back to me.
Okay. Looking around.
Whoever was last, I think, was right after me at 4 initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Or no. It was Sammy had 5, and then someone had 4.
Yeah, it's going to use its legendary action to move half speed, which he uses to get up and just starts looking around at all of you.
Did it move out of my threat range? Oh wait, I've already used my reaction this turn. Never mind.
Yeah. And that was a ranged attack, so you're fine. Sammy, you are up.
Okay.
This thing is it did get up, and it is sort of like snarling at Simon and then turning towards its original target, or its most recent target, which was Sekhmet. But you guys are taking it down a peg.
Does it have fur?
A little bit of it, yeah.
Oh no.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt on it.
Okay.
And I hope that I can set it on fire.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your spell attack.
Okay. Nat 20.
Oh shit! Okay. So go ahead and do your roll your 20 again, because
Right.
Retroverse crits are a little different.
I got an 8.
Okay, so I think it is just max damage of a crit. So it would be whatever your max is times 2.
So that's 20 points of damage.
Oh boy. Yeah. How would you like to kill this thing?
So she's just like, it looks like it's going towards somebody, and she's just gonna slide in and like fling her staff at it, and just kind of like there's a giant like fire that bursts through her staff, and it just goes, and there's nothing but like a skeleton remains that fall down.
Yeah.
Does she have like
Okay.
a spell like a called attack?
So like you saw this thing fall down. It should have stayed down and then sort of came back for one last round, turned and looked with like this terrifying fury towards you and then towards Sekhmet. And as it took one step towards Sekhmet, Sammi lets loose this bolt of fire that just hits it in the back, and immediately all of that green fur just goes up like a torch.
Oof.
It stinks. There's black smoke coming off of it. You see this thing's head doing the glitching thing as it sort of like curls in, trying to smack the flames out, but the gears are all seizing up, and you can smell the oil just dripping out of this thing. And after a second or so, it takes another step towards Sekhmet, and another, and then falls to its knees, and then face first, just a few feet from Sekhmet.
Is it within?
Sekhmet's leaving.
Is it within?
I think we
Which,
need to
by the way,
play down.
Sekhmet was on the street. This thing was basically in the threshold. There are people on the street running.
Was it within?
There's like one guy that had been like sort of half walking down the street, drunk out of his mind, turns to you, doesn't notice the burning stench of corrupted creature behind you, and goes, "You stink, dude."
Digital warden business. Get out of here.
He does not seem phased. He's too drunk for this shit to even notice the monster.
I'm
At
gonna
like
check
2
my
in the
pockets for-
afternoon, already drunk. I think we should close this place down. I don't think that's very safe. Do you?
Yeah.
Did it?
From behind, from out of the ball pit, from the very far corner of it, you see the little gnome. I would agree, yes. I will take it up with my managers. Oh god, that stench. And just like pulls his shirt up over it. It's not pleasant.
Simon's gonna amble over to the machine that went haywire when he dropped the monster and pick up the tickets.
Nice.
And gather them all up. How many tickets does he get?
Oh shit nuggets, I was supposed to make an economy for those stupid things.
So
We will say that you can get one trinket with what with the stuff that you have acquired.
Yay.
From the prize. Currently, however, there is nobody at the counter because everybody fled the building.
That's okay. I'll just stuff them in my bag for later.
Okay.
So
So-
come back and
Right.
read those.
1 trinket worth of tickets on your character sheet.
Okay, I am.
All right.
Does
So
he fold them up, or does he just stuff like the whole like thing as strands?
did the whole thing, did it die within 30 feet of me?
It didn't make it. It only made it 20 feet away. So yeah.
Okay. As a reaction, use my last spell slot to cast Death Throw. On myself, I willingly fail, sacrificing myself to heal 2d10.
Nice. Okay.
Boop.
I hate that I have to ask. I don't know which one this is, whether it's Death Throws or Death Throw.
Whoa!
Yeah, that one looks really trippy on the camera.
I
It really
love
does.
it.
That's really fitting, considering this thing is
Oops.
still
There we go.
is still glitching a little bit with corruption as it's burning away.
This is the Laser Dragon dice set for you those at home
Ooh,
from Legendary
fancy.
Pants, right?
I
That's
hadn't
cool.
realized that they were translucent. I thought they were solid color.
Oh, they are. It's just the green screen's
Oh,
thinking
wow.
the purple
Oh, okay.
is
The reflection is doing that?
yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
It's because Zoom thinks purple is the main color that's it's green screening. It doesn't specify only green.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right,
What
so
it actually looks
Ah,
like.
okay.
so I heal 7, I guess. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I'm actually using that same set here today.
Um,
We're all
Same
just
here.
using mini Andre.
Hey!
Hey!
yeah, we're out of luck, I guess, Morgan.
Damn.
We're repping the company hard here, guys. This is good promotional material.
Kruto will sheath the rest of his swords and look to Daiyo and be like, do you maybe need a little bit of healing?
I'm screwed, yeah.
And yet
Also-
I was still not hit. What is this?
We weren't responsible for property damage, right?
Huh?
We weren't responsible for property damage. I say to my co-workers.
Oh, we're digital wardens. This comes with the job.
Maybe it's because you wear a dress, like a really pretty dress, and they just
Yeah.
better defense than all of us.
This is true.
Honestly, if it hadn't been swarmed by you guys, it probably would have gone after Sammy next because it was going after whoever was first dealing the most damage, and then when it realized that it was surrounded, it was like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go pick off the guy that's alone. I don't like being surrounded.
Don't go after my friends, bitch.
Hey!
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 Unfortunately, you showed up right after Sammy got the killing blow on the greater animatronic horror, which, by the way, guys, the legendary action tour thing that I made, because the one that I had that's in the book has amazing art, cannot stand up to this group of PCs.
Fair. That's
So,
fair.
Daiyo is very damaged. I had just rolled that you were going to use a healing word on her because she is at how many hit points?
15.
Crypto, if you would like to roll for that.
Okay, sorry.
Right off
I
the
literally
bat.
just turned
It's
on.
fine
Yeah, I literally just turned on my
if you have
computer.
dice. If not,
So
it's fine.
I have my dice out. What am I
Okay.
rolling? I
Hey,
forget.
Reese.
It was a healing word, so it should be 1d4 plus whatever your wisdom modifier is.
It's a 2. Okay, so it's only a 1. So that's a total of 3.
Yeah, that's
It's a little.
So it's
It's
little
above
things.
average, right?
And turning to look at the remains of this animatronic horror, it is burning. There is black smoke coming off of it. There is a little bit of like machinery oil that's pooling underneath of it that is starting to catch like a little bit of fire that then flickers out, but then catches to the edge of the carpet. It is a mess. Also, it's literally 5 feet away from the front door that goes out onto the street.
Good.
So there are plenty of people that are just completely, there's like maybe a 50-foot like blank space of people on the sidewalk that are just avoiding the shit out of this entire place.
Not realizing how bad of an idea this is for the publicity of this franchise. Mark Lee has his cell phone out and he's taking a selfie and posting on InstaSlam Coincidentally, it has the sign of the store or whatever.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well.
And he says, "Wow, I didn't know they had bonfires here." Cool
You better
emoji.
hope they play their PR people well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna get the pantsuit off of you. The basketball shorts suit off of you.
So-
Go ahead.
Sekhmet's gonna approach the gnome.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your spray paint?
What?
Spray paint or regular paint? Where is it?
It's in the back. It's in the it's in the hang on, my brain is farting.
He's just gonna pick him up and have him.
Wait, not so
No,
close.
no, it's back that way. It's in the engineering section.
Hey,
You're gonna show me. Let's go.
He's like spinning and his legs are just going. But all of you
Yes.
guys are freakishly tall, and he's 3 feet tall because he's in.
Can't sue
For
for
those
police
who don't
brutality if we aren't
wow,
police.
I wouldn't. I don't know what that would be like at all.
For those who don't recall, the general manager of this place is a very rude gnome that has had a blast just having fun dealing with Sekhmet.
He deserved it.
He is pointing you toward the door that the animatronic came out of.
Yeah, Sekhmet's definitely holding him as a shield with the gun out. And he's gonna cautiously open the door.
Sammy's gonna call the police while he's doing that because clearly this needs to be like, bound off from other people so they don't get hurt. What are you laughing at?
I'm sorry. I just love the fact that everyone else is like, no, this is adventurous shit. It's whatever. And you're like, no, we should call the cops.
Sekhmet kind of views himself as a cop, so he kind of sees all of this as within his jurisdiction.
Barkley just stands.
You dealt with a big monster, but like you kind of want to like cut this place off so other people don't go walk in like weird, like dumbass teenagers or whatever.
Yes.
You know that they will.
Sekhmet's about to take care of that.
We don't want anyone burning their hands.
For example.
Yep.
Well, what if somebody's attacked by a pizza slime and happens to be lactose intolerant?
I guess that's just a shitty day.
For somebody.
In more ways than one, I guess.
Boom.
I don't think it would be shitty if there was a lot of cheese. I think it'd be the opposite, wouldn't it?
Lactose intolerance hits you one of two ways. And from my lactose intolerance friends, they say they never know which one it's going to be. Just, it's going to be bad. They know that.
Yeah.
I
I had a friend in high school that was like that and constantly had to choose between her love of ice cream and her desire to not be miserable.
My buddy loved cheese on pizza and loved extra cheese on pizza.
wish I had a gastrointestinal system.
So
Sekhmet and the gnome are heading back to the back of this place. What about the rest of you?
I'm
Barkley's
calling the police.
just standing in the front all triumphant.
I will sit. Go first.
I'm sorry. Simon's just going to meander over to the trinkets wall and start window shopping for later.
Okay. So while Sekhmet, you head back into the back of this area. You see there's there's a clear definition where like the painted walls and the murals and everything stop when it goes to like this hard like cement plain walls. That's clearly just there to make things easiest to clean. He points and he's like, okay, that's janitorial, and that's where That's where the game maker used to keep most of his stuff. But like, I don't know where that thing came from. I haven't seen that thing in years. I thought he did commission that and threw it out in the garbage. So I don't know where that one came from. Can you put me down, please? He's like awkwardly, because you're holding him by like the scruff of the neck, and he's just like, I can't open the door unless I can get to my pants, and my shoulders are up here.
Yeah, he's gonna put him on the ground.
He just angrily gets the keys out, goes over to the door, and he's seen some shit today. He has the wrong key like 4 times before he finally gets the right one in and gets the door open.
Sekhmet's gonna look over as if someone's right there, like, come on, this guy.
He opens up the door and shows you in, and looking around, there are like spray cans, there's things of spray paint, there's a bunch of different tools, there's various different things. There's a handful of the like animatronic suits that look normal. They still have all of the fur. They're clearly open and empty.
They're not on
You
fire.
see spray paint. They're not on fire. They're not moving.
Yet.
Yes.
I don't like
Fair. And he's just like, I'm gonna go
Nope.
call corporate.
You got a phone, don't you? You can call them from right here. He's gonna grab some cans of spray paint, eyeing the suits.
Okay.
Definitely not leaving his bag. He's gonna collect a fair amount of spray cans. Like, all right, let's go back.
Okay.
Oh.
So you're heading back.
Mhm.
Simon, looking at the wall of trinkets, and I
Yeah.
have to pull up that PDF.
I got there you go. Oh wait,
Okay.
sorry. Same one.
It's a unique one. It's not a D100 table. So go ahead and roll me a D20.
D20. Okay. What does a 5 get me?
It is a like silver moonstone pendant that sort of like shifts in the light. And the little tag on it says that it glows in moonlight.
Oh, charming. That's delightful. Thank you.
Like one of the shopkeepers had been sort of like hiding behind the shelving, and is like, yeah, sure. Did that guy take my manager to the back to beat the shit out of him, or is he coming back, do you think?
I'm sure they're coming back out.
Oh, damn, because I was going to go home.
I mean, you're welcome to try. I don't think anybody would blame you.
That's fair. Yeah, I'm out of here. Enjoy. And just say they take off.
Well, bye.
That guy is the mood.
This poor traumatized teenage cashier is jogging past Barkley, who is taking selfies with the corpse now of this burning thing, which half of the room now, there's just this thick layer of about a foot of black smoke at the top of this place because this thing is continuing to burn because no one's tried to put it out. And people are starting to notice Barkley and point and starting to take pictures of their own.
I will walk to the burning corpse of the animatronic and light my cigarette on its fire.
Oh, I am dead. Oh, wait. Ooh, neat.
Perfect. There is definitely getting to be a crowd. They're still like sort of staying back because, you know, there's a burning corpse of a monster. And a moment or so later, the response time is pretty quick, Sammy. Within about like 2 minutes or so of calling, you start to hear sirens.
I'm gonna try to
And even then,
for anybody
sirens-
who's trying to get into the building, just so they don't get like hurt or whatever. Because
okay, so like there's sort of a traffic jam because you're on the street and everybody is of course trying to like avoid the smoke and the chaos that's happening inside, which is clearly the cause of adventurers that don't have enough time on their hands. That's a general consensus. Whenever something happens that's weird and has to do with monsters, adventurers don't have anything better to do apparently. So the cop cars are having trouble actually getting to the place.
God damn it.
And like as you're like, okay, people shouldn't be able to get in. There are plenty of people that are like doing the awkward, like edging closer, like I want to go talk to the celebrity, but I also don't want to bother him if he's doing something.
Hey Berkeley.
Yes. What?
I know that you're a famous sports ball or whatever. Could you please help me direct these people away so we can close this building?
Why?
Because it's dangerous and people can get hurt. And it would be preferable than having them here. And if you take them over there, they could probably, you could.
All right, who wants an autograph as I walk over there?
Yeah.
Every autograph comes with a free cookie.
Oh, no cookies. Don't
Yeah.
give strangers cookies.
The second he addressed the crowd, people started moving in. He said cookies, and there's just like distant sounds of running. And you guys are swarmed immediately.
Oh! You want me to sign your collarbone, kinky?
Many people take the cookie. Many people eat it immediately. And go, that was great. Thanks, Mr. Barkley.
It's not just a cookie, but it's also a nice little reminder of your adventure.
I'm not clicking that because I'm scared to have any tabs open on the internet. But all I can see in the URL is a novelty clown Nijumbo of whatever Amazon product you just sent me. Oh, an afro, yeah. I'm working on it.
So a moment or so later, Sammy, you do see the cops sort of approaching. It looks to be a Triceran and a human that are coming up. And they're both like, they see the crown, they don't have their weapons out or anything, but both of them have their hand on their sidearm, just sort of like walking up. Who was it that called?
That was me, fellow officers.
And the Triceran, who is the only person in the area that is about as tall as you, Sammy, just sort of like looks over the crowd, looks to you, looks to Barkley. What the hell was that?
He plays sports, I think.
Looking at the burning corpse and then looking to you. By the way, is Sammy still dressed as a solar lady, or is she?
Yes.
Okay. He's like, so we're gonna.
We heard that there's disturbances here, and we took care of it. There is other stuff happening, and I'm not sure exactly what's wrong yet, but I would think that we should probably close this area off.
The woman that's standing beside him sort of like is trying to look over the crowd, but she's about Daiyo's height. She's pretty tiny. And she's like, I'm gonna go check inside. You talk with her, see what the hell is happening. I'm gonna go investigate. And this little tiny cop just like shoulders her way through the crowd of people, just jostling people all over the place. And as soon as she gets to like where this hole in the crowd where the corpse of this thing is, she's just like, oh god.
Yeah, sorry about that.
and grabs for her radio and says, or actually no, they have earpieces because it's fucking high tech society. She says, buddy, I'm pretty sure this thing I'm looking at is corrupted, or was. We probably need a corruption hazmat team.
Yeah, I blew it up.
Yeah, you see that, and like a handful of the people in the crowd sort of look to you and look at Bark and look at the corpse and just nod approval. The Saren is like, yeah, good work. That's nice. I always thought those things were creepy as shit.
She unleashed the power of the sun. I mean, I did too. Glowing ball.
Awkward high five.
Yay!
He's like, I just assume you're with the Henshin, so if you got this, I'm gonna go work with my partner and clear this place.
Yes.
Actually, we're part of the super awesome team. Excuse me, pardon me, pardon. No, okay, yeah, here you go. Here's your autograph. Okay, all right, no, here's my glasses. All right, okay, anyway, so... Yeah, we're actually we're part of the super awesome team. This is me trying to do Bark Lee at his voice, trying to be more macho. So bear with me.
He's like, okay, the super awesome team. Yeah.
I've made a flyer, and it's that one I put on the Discord. For those that have not seen on the Discord, it's a wrinkled up piece of paper that looks like it's drawn with crayons with alternating really bright, high saturated colors that says the Programmer's Super Awesome Team.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm so disappointed. I don't think I put that into the pins. Oh.
I have it on my other computer, or I would have put it
I
on.
guess that's our official name now.
You do know that the job position referred to you guys as digital wardens.
Yes.
Yeah, Digital Warden, super awesome team. There's
Okay.
a semicolon in the middle.
All right.
Don't mean to brag, but pretty artistic.
It's lovely.
We're all gonna get arrested.
On the contrary, we're
great.
doing a civic service.
Definitely. We're gonna go clear the premises. And he's sort of like this giant Triceran just sort of like gently leads Sammy and just like fully turns Barclay's body, because you weigh like 80 pounds or something, toward, and you see another group of cop cars pull up, and it looks like there are a handful more getting out. But you can give your statement to them. We're gonna go clear the rest of this place.
Thank you.
I will walk to the officers and can any of you officers take me to the hospital, please?
The one guy, the two that came in, they're like, yeah, point you, Roscoe, and sort of yells, and this other like half elf cop comes running in, and yeah, what's up? Oh shit, okay, I might have something for that. Give me a second. And he's going to use a healer's kit on you.
Oh.
Because not everybody has magic, but some people have other stuff. So you regain 4 hit points from that. And he says, okay, I think I've got you mostly patched up. We have an EMT on the way. They should be here by the curb by the time we get out of them. And he's just going to start leading you gently through this giant crowd. Daiyo is going to get medical attention. Sammi and Barkley are giving their statements to the police.
Well, you see, I, the amazing Barkley, was standing mano a mano. It's just pretty much like that.
What are the remainder of you guys doing? Mm-hmm.
Sammy Gregson on any like things that he would say that is not true.
He tells the truth, but he makes it sound like he's the most important person.
Yeah.
He's like, I definitely stopped that guy from taking off my friend's head.
And then-
It was so heroic.
Then
of
I was
me.
like, Sammi, it's weak to sun powers. Use your sun power. And she's like, oh, you are so smart, Barkley. I wish I had hair as gorgeous as yours. And she shot inspired.
It's pretty. How dare you?
That's how I remember that.
Yeah, it just comes up. Sammi will remember that.
Like that's the Triceran just trying to like, all right, okay, continue. And he had a notebook that he was taking notes on. He probably stopped about 30 seconds into Barkley's interview.
He couldn't. He couldn't bear it any longer.
Oh god.
No! Get out!
You can thank
Moving
chat.
on.
Done. We're done. No,
Is it too late to leave the group?
yeah, can we have a third game?
Oh God.
Wow. Oh, so Simon is going to go over and hunker down and very closely investigate the smoldering corpse of this animatronic horror and see if he can glean any useful information with or without his little weird code vision, and see if he can learn anything useful about this monster, how it got corrupted, where it, if it recognizes a signature or anything to that effect.
I would say go ahead and make a. I don't believe you have engineering tools, do you?
The tools themselves?
Well, like proficiency in them.
I do not.
Okay, then I will say, because of your background studying corruption, you have to add your proficiency bonus. So it's an intelligence check with proficiency.
Cool. Well, I have intelligence proficiency regardless, but that's helpful anyway, and that'll be a 22.
Okay. So looking at it, this is clearly not like a natural creature of corruption. It's clearly something that was tainted. And something like that usually has like a source, something within it that was corrupted. Either it was programmed that way, or it was built with something, or it was built in proximity to something that was corrupted. Judging by what you've heard about this place, there's corruption happening all over. So you're thinking either somebody has been putting aspects of corruption all throughout this place, seeding it all throughout, or there's some central cause for all of this that you've not encountered yet.
Interesting. All right then.
You actually see that same woman that you were closest, and I believe you would have also heard, because you have a pretty decent passive perception, that woman that had said that we needed to call a corruption hazmat team is currently doing a very methodical pacing of this place that looks pretty familiar to what you saw Crypto do when you guys first arrived here.
Oh yeah, like sweeping for corruption.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, okay. I guess that about wraps this up then. He's gonna stand and find his compatriots, and he's ready to go whenever they are.
Okay. Sekhmet, you were in the back getting those like cans of spray paint, and as you're like backing up past the door, like, okay, all right, I don't trust that thing. I'm not turning my back to it. You hear a sound behind you that almost sounds like a creature roar. And when you turn, you just sort of like duck out of the way as this gigantic holographic shark just zooms down the hallway towards you. And it does miss you. But there's a holographic shark in the hallway with you, and the gnome runs screaming, just throws the keys in the air and takes off running.
I'm not going to outrun a shark. I know this.
What do you want to do?
Shark would be easiest thing to outrun.
You punch it right in the schnoz.
Yeah, Sekhmet doesn't know any of that stuff. All he sees is a shark.
It tracks movement. Quickly, throw your full cup of coffee.
Oh, he left that he I think he threw it at a teenager.
Oh,
Possibly.
I thought you always just picked up a random cup and you just had
So
one.
a half second later, pretty much all of you guys, except maybe Barkley and Sammy, who are sort of out on the street and dealing with a throng of fans that are trying to interrupt this interview, hear yelling, "Oh, another monster! Oh God, I hate this place so much!" As this gnome just comes tearing ass out of there.
Well, looks like I had to go back to work.
Yeah, come on, let's go. And
As you
I just grab Berkeley, like grab him by like the waist and just run.
Cartoony, comically, I just turn into like a plank. For some reason.
Exactly.
behind you, Saren gets up and just sort of like very easily steps between the crowd and with one sweep of his arms just makes a path for you guys, moving like 10 fans away at the same time because this guy's fucking ginormous. They're huge as shit.
Do I hear the gnome?
You see the gnome. The gnome. Actually, no, you're out on the stream. What's your? Yeah, your passive perception is pretty high. You do hear yelling from inside.
I will sigh. Okay, wait for me. When I'll be back in 5 minutes. I got my gun, like super angry at this point.
The like nurse who
Limping.
had been like prepping you and like I mean, they always do this to me, Fred. Why do they always do this shit?
He got it.
Oh my God, Sekhmet, not Sekhmet, Simon. Oh my God, oh God. I'm sorry. Just the overlay lines up so well with that.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It was so good you made me fuck up PC names. It's been a while since I did that. Okay. So if everyone would like to, you could roll initiative again.
Can I keep my previous initiative?
No.
Damn it.
Ah,
All right, come on.
even
Rutgers.
worse that time.
22.
Are you kidding me? I just crit. I'm going to take a picture and send it to you guys.
Holy shit. You got higher than a 22, didn't you, Sekhmet?
Yeah, I got a 23.
Nice.
Nice.
Speedy Bros.
That's right. I'm going to stab the
what
shit out of this shark.
what did Sammy get?
Yeah, 4.
Scott,
Alright.
I love what your green screen effect is doing to those dice, man. That's just too cool.
Yeah, it's purely coincidental. Like on this camera, as you can see, it doesn't do it.
Mhm.
It's because that's the only color it's picking up on that other camera.
When does Daiyo and Crypto go?
Natural 1.
Okay, so a 4.
Yeah.
So you are for the greater because I believe Daiyo has a +3.
Wait,
Yeah.
can you see that?
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, you can.
2 pairs. So we are Sekhmet at 23, Simon at 22, Barkley at 15 the greater, and Crypto at 14. Daiyo at 5, and Sammy at 4 the greater, and the Beast at 4 the lesser. Sekhmet, what do you want to do?
All right, Sekhmet's going to make a quick look towards the door of the animatronic suits and look back at the shark. And he's going to have a laser sword that's definitely not a lightsaber.
Definitely not a.
A psionic blade.
Oh, okay.
Appear in his hand. And that.
Okay.
What element? It's going to be lightning.
Oh
just
boy. Okay.
because. And he's going to charge it.
Okay,
far away
go
is it?
for it.
How far away is it?
It just tried to bite you, so it's within 5 feet of you.
Oh, then I'm absolutely hitting it. There's no way in hell I was going to fucking run away from that. I'd get attack of opportunity. No, thank you.
Do you have a chainsaw?
I don't actually.
Oh, we could have had a Sharknado scene.
Yeah, now I'm a little happier that I don't have a chainsaw.
No, that's
That's-
just me laughing because I genuinely love that movie. It's terrible.
The
and
first,
it's
the
best.
first one specifically.
I haven't
that's a
seen any of the others.
That's a
Go ahead.
17 to hit.
There's
That's a
more
big
than
ol' hit,
one.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there is. There's like
That's what bothers
3?
me. There's more than one of those.
There's a lot of them.
That's going to be 5 lightning damage.
Cool. Yeah, you hit this thing and your Holoknight, right?
Yes.
As a Holoknight, you're very familiar with what this is. This is a hollow shark. It is a projection of hard light. It's still dangerous, but at least you understand some of what its capabilities are.
Yeah, I've fought against these before.
Yeah. You is just put into the chat. Oh, my art. My children are turning on me now.
Lluis, you should have just been Dr. Frankenstein this campaign. My creations.
It's
Okay,
a weird
so
feeling.
that's Sekhmet's turn, yeah?
Yep.
Simon, you are up. I'll say for convenience's sake, just because you hear all of this chaos and just to make combat a little faster, you could get into the hallway where this thing, where you hear this gnome running from and hear Sekhmet yelling.
Oh, okay. So I will definitely run in there. What do I see?
Looking down this hallway, you see a long, like, concrete hallway, several doors, one of which is open, which says engineering, and you see Sekhmet sort of like up against the wall with a sword trying to avoid getting mauled by a hollow shark about as big as he is.
How far away is Sekhmet and the shark from me?
I'll say that with your movement you can get into melee with them just to make life easier for everyone.
Okay, well that's good then, because he's gonna do just that, and as he's running, he's gonna get some momentum going in his whip and land. Oh yeah, does a 23 hit?
That sure does, yeah.
Okay, good. So then he's gonna go ahead and use his after image and does a 15 hit.
It sure does, yeah. This thing does not have a lot of armor.
Groovy. Okay.
It looks to be like it's trying to dodge you rather than actually take the hits.
All right. Well, he's gonna try and shatter this thing a little bit. That's gonna be 6 damage and 5 damage for 11 bludgeoning all day.
Okay. Question.
Okay. Yes.
Do your attacks count as magical?
Not that I know of. No.
Okay. It seems like it's a little bit resistant to what, like, you've dealt with punching things a lot. This thing did not seem phased at all, even though it barely dodged you.
Okay.
Almost
Well,
like
I'm gonna keep my 10 feet of distance just because I like to be at arm's reach if I can help it.
Makes sense.
But he's probably gonna switch tack after this.
Okay. Bark, you are up next. You are under Sammy's arm, being carried like a plank, but I will say that she can easily use her reaction to let you run ahead.
I ready an attack, and I say to Sammy,
Uh-huh.
"Around me, Adam. Trust me."
Yes. Okay. I got
Sports ball special.
it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What is your
I'm readying
trigger?
an attack, and if I get within range, I'm either gonna throw the basketball, and if I can't get in the melee, I'm just gonna dunk with the basketball.
Okay. All right. So that's your turn. Crypto. What would you like to do?
So where am I located?
You're probably still within the center of this place, sort of watching this chaos unfold around you, and you saw this gnome run out, and just for convenience's sake, we'll say that you can follow where he ran from and get to where Simon and Sekhmet are currently.
Okay, is that the direction of yeah, like the back mechanics room and engineering
Mhm.
room. Okay.
Yeah, that's where the animatronic that you guys just fought came from.
Okay. Because Crypto remembers the interrogation where he was talking. He was talking about that. The kitchen manager was talking about that. Okay, so he's gonna run that way, where the gnome came from.
Okay. You see Simon and Sekhmet in this hallway, sort of flanking either end of this like pink and orange holographic shark that's as big as they are. That's just snarling and snapping angrily. That was your movement. Would you like to attack it, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll just go in with my my long sword and just run up and see if I can hit it.
Okay, go for it. Roll an attack.
Okay. It's 12 plus, so 15 to hit.
That does hit, yes.
Okay. So just using the one hand. That is 9 points of, I guess, slash damage.
Okay.
Let's see, and just because of the craziness that's been happening, he's not taking any chances, and he's going to sacrifice 5 of his own hit points to De-Fragger strike. Starting at level 3, when you hit a creature with a melee attack, you can expend 5 of your own hit points to cause a small explosion of force. It does an additional D6 force damage.
Go for it.
2 points of force damage.
Okay.
So 20 HP.
Okay. So when you hit it with your sword, you don't feel as much resistance from the sword as you would normally. But when there's that after burst of the force damage, it actually, like, this thing actually moves and shifts with the force of it, which is a little weird because it's definitely a hologram. Shouldn't necessarily fair. It seems like it's resistant to some physical attacks, but not necessarily the more magical energies of your force damage. That's your turn. Daiyo, you are running or limping toward the action.
A little bit of both. Can I get there?
Yeah.
Range to shoot?
Yeah.
Then I will get there. And yeah.
This thing is currently flying, so it's not like you're gonna have an issue shooting it around your friends. It's sort of like it had been on the track to try and nom on Sekhmet's head, so it's a little higher off the ground.
Okay. So I will use my bonus action to cast the last Hunter's Mark.
Sweet.
And shoot it.
Go for it.
So it's 21 to hit.
That's a hit, yeah.
$12 radiant damage.
Shit. Yeah, basically, as Sammi and Bark are running up, you just see Daiyo look in the door into this hallway, see what's going on, take aim, and when it hits, this hollow shark just shatters and like a million of these like little dots of hologram energy that just dissipate instantly.
Just before pulling the trigger, I will say, "Smile, you son of a bitch."
It turns to you with its like big sharky face, and it kind of looks like a smile.
Cute.
Sammi, you and Bark appear in the hallway. You do not see anything currently. Let's see who has.
I have dark vision if that's what you're
Okay.
wondering.
It was not for this one particularly. However, as you guys arrive, and are all now in the hallway, Crypto, Daiyo, and Simon, all three of you hear commotion, seemingly like from the other side of the wall. Like cans of something rattling and like the sound of like a heavy metal object hitting one of the like aluminum tables, like a workbench.
Crypto would definitely like to check that out based off of prior information.
You go into this this like workshop area, and it looks the same as Sekhmet had seen before. There's like several different spray paint cans, some of which are now missing, a bunch of different tools. There's like this one animatronic that's sitting open as if like a person were to be able to sit in it, which they're supposed to be. Not supposed to be able to walk around just on their own. It looks by all appearances to be a normal workshop. However, as you're sort of looking around, realizing that there's got to be more to it, you happen to look over, and behind this one poster, it's one of those like those corny cat posters, the like "be positive" with the weird smiling cat. It sounds like that sound is coming from behind that poster.
Wanna go up and check that out.
Okay. Are you like
Do I need to do like just
well, okay, so you go up and you like sort of check around it, and you feel the outline of something behind it, and pull the poster back, and it looks to be a small door, like small as in maybe about 5.5 feet tall. You pretty much all of you are going to have to duck to get through here. You're thinking it's like it's a maintenance door. It's not intended to be something used on the regular. However, it does not open, and you do see when you sort of like push on it, there is a click, and to the side, like about halfway down, like a 2 feet off of the floor, a little keypad opens up.
That's not good. Okay. I'm gonna kind of go back and inform the others that there's some stuff going on. I think I found a door to maybe what's causing the stuff.
All right, let's get to it. And he's gonna change his blade to be acid.
Okay. You're looking at a smallish size door. There's the electronic lock on it, and you don't see necessarily hinges or anything.
You know what?
So
I'm really sick of going subtle. And he's just gonna start stabbing the door.
Okay.
That's being subtle for you?
No, previously it was subtle. This is not subtle.
That's what I'm saying.
So are you just trying to carve like a hole in the center of the door, or are you like aiming for joints, or
He's what he's trying to do is like cut around the door so that they can move in.
Okay. So not necessarily the Jedi way, not the hard way, but okay.
No, he's like smarter, not harder.
Okay. I'll say go ahead and roll your damage. We'll say twice to see how long it takes you to get through this door.
All right, that's gonna be a 4. Goodbye. And that's gonna be a 9.
Okay.
So 13 total.
So you're getting through. You're about halfway through when you hear that sound again. And from either side of the door, the walls on either side, you sort of duck as you see a familiar pink and orange light zoom out of the wall beside you. Who all is in the room aside from Sekhmet?
I mean, I was next to Sekhmet.
Barkley would totally be in the room for no reason. He would do.
Pretty much everybody? Then, yeah.
The
Sure.
Barclays, that's all I.
Okay. Just for convenience's sake, to see who gets it, everybody roll a d20. And tell me what you get. Everybody except for Sekhmet.
All right.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
11.
13.
16.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Fittingly for that, Sammi and Barkley, looks like these two things are gunning straight towards you. These are more of those hollow sharks. And it looks like they actually just like shifted through that wall and just went to bite the first thing that they saw. So the first one on Sammi, I'm pretty sure that's a miss. That's an 8 to hit.
Yes, that's a miss.
Yeah, it just sort of like zooms towards you and you're just like, no, what? It just sort of pivot out of the way. And the thing keeps going and it gets to about maybe a couple of inches or so from the wall. Its nose goes in and then it comes back out again, like shaking the nose like that was uncomfortable to go through the wall again. However, the one on Barkley, that's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Am I untouchable? Is this
Apparently.
You threw Barkley in front of you like a meat shield. But not
Oh,
me.
no sentience, no
I
me.
mean, that was the dice that did that, because I'm a dick. That is 7 damage to Bark.
Okay, he's down. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Can't be down. I'm holding him up.
And I would say for convenience sake, we can keep the initiative that we had last time.
One question,
Go for it.
because these things are weird. Did any of those things end its movement within 30 feet of me?
They did. They are both in the room with you.
Then I shoot them. One of them, actually, only.
Okay. Okay, which one? The one on Bark or the one on Sammi?
Uh,
I mean, they're both in the same like area.
the one on
Well,
Sammi.
they're on either side of the door, and he can only really target one creature with an attack.
Yeah, the one on Sammi.
Okay, go for it.
Hey.
It's 20 to hit.
That's a hit, yeah.
Wow, 16 damage, maximum damage.
Ouch.
Radiant.
Yeah, it lets out this fearsome roar of anger because that hurt like a motherfucker.
Okay, I'm out.
Okay. I don't know what that was. It was very loud. Simon, you are up.
Oh boy. So, all right. How many do I have within like moving distance? I know there was one on me.
It's a relatively small room. You can definitely get to them with like half your movement.
Okay. Okay. And I've got how many targets to choose from now?
2.
Just 2? Okay.
One on Bark, one on Sammi. The one on Sammi looks very messed up. Like you
Okay.
can actually see like this like glitching line through the hologram where it's trying to keep itself together but can't quite.
All right. He's going to target that one with a code blast. He's not even going to move. He saw what happened with the hollow shark, and he's not going to play around with regular mundane shit anymore.
Speaking of glitching, do I need to make any kind of saving throws or?
Yes, you do, please. Go ahead
And
and make a corruption save.
That'll be a 21 to hit.
That's definitely a hit, yeah.
Yeah. And that's going to be 8 force damage.
Okay. Yeah, how would you like to destroy this one with your code blast?
Basically, as the code blast starts to touch the hologram, the code basically infects the hologram and eats it like corruption does, except that it just leaves nothingness behind instead of corrupted stuff. So
Okay.
it's like an erase program.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, so that one just sort of like fades off after snarling angrily, and it's still like the rest of the hologram is still twitching. The tail's like twitching angrily when it starts to dissipate. Anything else with your turn?
No, he's gonna save that point for emergencies.
Okay. Bark, you are up. There is one of these bad boys on you.
Okay. I got a nat 20 on the corruption roll. I know that doesn't really matter too much.
Oh,
but,
okay. Not really, but you're fine, yeah.
As a bonus action, I form a sledgehammer and do a downward strike on its head.
Nice, go for it.
Does a 12 hit?
It does.
Oh wow. Okay.
They don't have a lot of armor class. They're a hologram. They rely on dodging.
Let's see. Apparently, 9 non-magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay. It does seem like it's a little resistant, but you did at least hit. So there's that. Anything else?
And that's my turn.
Okay. Crypto, you are up.
Okay. So, are these sharks went through the wall? Are they no longer in the room we're in?
No, they so like you're trying to get into that room and Sekhmet is currently trying to cut a hole in the door. They came from the room you're trying to get into and they're now in the room with you.
Oh, I see. Okay. So Crypto is going to, and they're within 30 feet of me, correct?
Yes, they are.
Okay. So Crypto is gonna try and laser blast the one that's going after Bark.
Go for it.
Ooh, that's only a 10. So
10 to hit.
Yeah, 10 to hit.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, that does miss. It sort of like sees your eyes glowing, and with like an intelligence that seems a little weird for these things, it just sort of like tilts its head and then scoots to the side. Like it doesn't have to swim. It just sort of boops over to the side, and your eyes hit the wall and just sear 2 little holes into the concrete wall behind it.
Do we have the common magical trinkets or magic items on us?
If you would have carried them with you, yeah.
Okay. Maybe not this time. Okay, I'll save it for later. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Daiyo, you are up.
Oh, yeah, I should again at the shark. I will use my bonus action to give me another gunslinger bonus.
Okay.
So it's okay, 25 to hit.
That's definitely a hit, yeah.
Okay.
Carrie, what are you barking at?
Get him.
12 radiant damage.
Nice. You were just tanking the shit out of these sharks. Yeah. You fucked it up with that one. What else are you doing? Anything else?
No, that's all my turn.
Okay. Sammi, you are up. There is one of these things left, and it does not look well.
I'm gonna just do a mirror burst at it.
Okay, go for it.
It's a dirty 20.
That hits, yeah.
Yay!
Do you do the magic roll thing where you like call out your attack, so you're just like mirror burst?
Yeah, it's like a little mirror that she wears around her, like on a necklace. She just flips it over, and it's just like the light thing where lights hate glass, and it just goes.
Nice.
That's 10 points.
10 points. How would you like to kill this thing?
Just kind of like a, and it like disperses because it's all light.
Yeah, it just sort of, there's like this flash of pink and orange light, and you guys all sort of like wince at the brightness, and when you look
Sammi
back,
showers in this. She's just like.
There's like this majestic moment where it's like flowing through her hair, and it's really pretty. But then like everybody realizes, oh shit, we got bit and stabbed a lot today. And at this point now, Sekhmet, you have made it through the door. There is this like crashing sound as the door. Would you prefer it to fall inward or outward?
Inward.
Okay, just falls through, and you see on the other side a another room, probably about the same size. It's okay, buddy, relax. He's freaked out because it's thundering here. Another room about the same size, but whereas this one had been filled with like mostly mundane stuff, the other one is filled with like these high-tech computer parts and all taken apart with the insides torn out. Maybe 3 more of those animatronics that are all like taken apart and with the like chest cavity bent outward. Looks like somebody was working inside. A workbench that's just scattered with like blueprints and notes and various different scrawlings all over the place. And you see on the floor a little device that as you're sort of watching, as you're sort of watching, there's another, it sort of like jiggles again, and you see another familiar pink and orange shape starting to form out of it.
I charge and stab the thing with the acid sword.
Go for it. Yeah, it's not going to dodge. You can easily smash it, and as soon as you do, the light just sort of like fades and the thing cracks, and seemingly this is where they were coming from. It is no more. Looking around, you're sort of like looking around. You do see a thing that you hadn't noticed before, and it only occurred to you because you had been the one that was like kneeling down and trying to cut the door open. As you're kneeling down, you see tucked underneath one of these workbenches is a thing you've never actually... Terry, can you not, buddy? Stop it. A thing you've not actually ever seen in person. It looks like an android. Like a humanoid-shaped robot. Excuse me for 2 seconds.
I'm going to destroy this android.
No, don't do it.
It looks like it's actually like folded over. Like it's not moving. It's like literally stored up underneath on a shelf underneath the table.
Are you gonna future trunks it and just shout and then just a giant beam and explode everything?
For those unaware, in the continuity of this newer version of Radix, about, I believe it was 100 years ago or so, there was what's called the Machine Wars, where intelligent androids with AI basically rose up and tried to destroy humanity and make them their bitch. And thankfully, a group of heroes did stop them, but not before they had basically burned humanity to the point where AIs are not legal anymore anywhere. And having a full android corpse like this is not only very illegal, it's incredibly dangerous. And you guys are maybe suddenly a little bit more aware of why these machines seem to be smarter than the average.
Sekhmet's gonna take it out, and he's going to search for anything that would be like a function in its brain, like its memory chip or anything like that.
Okay. You can go ahead and make an intelligence check for me. I don't think you have anything like proficiency in mechanics tools or anything like that.
Nah.
Okay, then just a straight intelligence check. Anybody else who wants to could give me an intelligence check to see what they know about this particular kind of android.
Sure, why not?
That's a 23.
Nice. Okay.
That's 2 nat 20s tonight, guys.
That's really good.
Next team is gonna suck.
So you're sort of like, common sense would say that you would put the brain parts up near the head, and you're sort of looking around and you see various different computer chips and everything, but you can see there are there's like slots for about 3 of these, and there is only 1 in the machine. The other 2 are missing.
Is it a red one? Or is it a green one?
You don't know the color of them. The one that's in there is sort of a green-blue color.
I'd like, before telling anyone this, I'd like to see if I can sleight of hand take this memory check.
Okay. Go for
What's
it.
it
Roll a sleight of hand check.
That's a Heathen's 20.
Heathen's 20. That's a
Yeah, one of
first.
my previous DMs called it that. I thought it was hilarious, so that's what I call it.
Nice.
I mean,
I have a 21 perception check to see what he's doing because I was leaning over his shoulder saying, "Hey, what you doing?" Right when he was rolling.
you kind of were. You were in pretty much full sight. So at least one person in the room did see that.
I don't know that, so I'm just going to slip it in my pocket, thinking I'm clever. Looks like
What you doing there, friend?
examining this here android. Looks like there's it's missing some parts. It could be the reason why all these machines went wonky.
You want to show me what you got there?
Yeah, and I'm gonna turn the android head towards him right here.
Okay.
All right, he's just gonna go ahead and make a reach for that.
He's gonna smack his hand away. What are you doing?
Nat 20, motherfucker!
It's my pocket. You're reaching for it in front of me. It's my
okay.
pocket.
Okay.
Here's what's
So
gonna
it would be your
Roll
sleight of hand
initiative.
versus Sekhmet, your we'll say acrobatics to get away from him or athletics to push his hand away.
Yeah, no, it screwed me this time.
Yeah, Simon's quicker than you expected. He nabs it.
I like to think like he's got like the after image hand where he goes to reach.
Oh,
for it,
yeah.
and, like the hand isn't really there, and they're just fucking in his head pocket.
And especially Sekhmet, you're or not sorry. Fuck, I keep doing that. Simon, you were interested in that because you've read about these guys before. These things are called Sideblight. They are a particularly dangerous version of Android that's been corrupted deeply by this corrupted mechanical virus.
Yeah.
These things are not things you mess around with, and they haven't been seen in a long time.
Yeah. We should probably think about getting this back to the professor. This whole mess, all of this. It needs to definitely not be in a children's pizza parlor. That's for damn sure. I'm gonna go and try and find the other members of the group and round them up and explain to them what I know about this.
Okay.
And make the case for this being confiscated and taken to our lab.
Is it some kind of Restless? I mean,
No.
there's been a few on my team that have cybernetics like that.
No, this is
It just occurred to me that if Barkley hasn't taken history lessons, he does not know about this war because Barkley is 3 years old.
Meanwhile, Scott in his head is screaming. Barkley's like, "Huh, what's that?"
Yeah, I get the feeling Lluis is doing that as well.
Yeah.
Wait, is it corrupted? Maybe we shouldn't touch it.
I mean, is this part of our job? Why are we doing all of this? I mean, are we getting paid for killing corruption?
Yes, and taking down corruption is part of killing corruption. Also, why kill?
As you're sort of talking about corruption, you guys hear running from the room behind you, and peeking, ducking in through the door with her handgun drawn is that same short policewoman that had sort of been doing the scan for corruption around. Looks around, sees the thing on the floor, and does a double take.
It's not what it seems.
No one should be in this room. Out, everyone now.
I'm sorry, we are digital wardens. Who are you?
She's like, do you know what that thing is?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
dead.
A Restless?
Who are you?
And she actually puts her gun in her other hand and grabs you, Sekhmet, by the collar, and she says, that thing is the death of everyone in this city. Out now. And just shoves you toward the door.
I'm gonna need some identification.
I grab him. I pick him up and I just go.
our jurisdiction.
As a -1 to Sekhmet's intimidation, I cast Peanut Gallery, and it's
I'm
not,
not even intimidated.
and it's not against him. It's the skull apologizing to the cop. I guess at a -1.
She's like, she kind of looks around. She's like, I saw some of what you did. I appreciate what you did here. But as few people should touch this thing as possible. I don't know what you guys know about corruption. I heard digital warden or whatever the fuck that means. But
It means
that's
this is
bad.
our jurisdiction.
It means get your ass out of this room or I'm gonna shoot you in it.
I'm sorry, Leno.
Barkley tries to get a picture real quick as they're getting pushed out.
Spider-Man walks in, like, puts on his shoulder, and he's just like yelling in the back.
The door to this room is like 5 feet tall.
Yeah.
So there's like this horrible scraping noise as you bang your head on the door, and those razor spikes. Not you. You ducked. Sekhmet didn't really have a choice. He's over your
Yeah.
shoulder. The razor spikes just bang into the metal and grind. As your fireman carried out of there.
As we're getting hurried out of there, I would like to try to sneak a picture on my phone.
Go for it. Go make a sleight of hand.
Okay. Sleight of hand, I'm totally not proficient in it. 11. Shit.
She does see you, but she seems more concerned. She's like, all right, fine, get out. And once you guys are all in the hallway or back into the main room, she says, okay. She's like, I understand that you guys are working with the professor. I know him. But that thing is dangerous. And she's like, I'll be honest, I can cover for you if you want to get it out of here. But as few of you should touch it as possible.
Yeah, if you can cover for us, that'd be great. And Sekhmet starts heading back towards the. I already touched it. If I'm corrupted, I'm corrupted. Like.
Maybe our De-Fragger should back it up.
Yeah, she turns to Crypto, and she's like, I don't know how much experience you have with this, just be careful. If the professor trusts you, I trust you guys, but
How compact is this thing?
it's a person-sized android. It's about 5'3" or so.
Yeah, but
I
I mean,
mean,
like,
it's
how
kind
folded
of
up is
light.
it?
I mean, it's person-shaped. It looks exactly like a mannequin, sort of. Except it can sort of fold up more easily than a human can. It was like literally folded in half at the waist and shoved under this table.
So wouldn't it be able to fit
You-
in, I don't know, a gym bag?
I mean, maybe. You might have to sit on it to zipper it closed.
You have a bag man.
You
I will
remember,
say
I
that,
have a,
yes,
I have
given
one.
enough work, you can make it fit in your gym bag because that's hilarious.
Barkley doesn't feel temperature, so it's whatever. He just puts on all the clothes he had in there. And
Walk out with like 4 layers of clothes on. This is fine. This is totally normal.
You'll just look like a normal person, but with like a skull.
Mm-hmm.
Important question: is the policewoman cute?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
It's the beginning of the end.
She's cute. She's cute in that like sort of adorable, but would also totally kick you in the ass.
That's my favorite kind.
speaking,
I'm pretty certain that if Sammi hadn't dragged Sekhmet out of there, he might legitimately gotten pistol whipped, or at least dragged out of the door.
I will go to the police officer and say, thank you for your service. Here's my number. Maybe we should discuss what those things are having dinner, because I mean, you said it's very dangerous now, and I want to know for the report and everything.
Make a persuasion check.
You gotta get a.
I see this and I like give her like a scar. Yeah.
Gotta get business.
Okay, 18.
Yeah.
Someone's having sushi
He
later.
takes the number. God damn it, Scotty.
All right, that's it. Good night,
0
guys.
days. There we go.
Somewhere in the past.
She
and
does
half
take the
elf
number and
smiles.
she's like, all right. I got your statements. I'll probably visit the professor and you guys at a later point to see what the hell happened and try and follow up on all of this bullshit.
I'm sorry, I don't think I caught your name. What is it?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
You can't just go giving your number out to random people, Daiyo.
I mean, but when they're a cute cop, I mean,
Yeah.
One exception are big hats. That's it.
That is like line is, my name is Daiyo, but you can call me the girl of your dreams.
damn it, I'm trying to find this woman's name. I know I have it here. She says that her name is Rachel Henderson.
Ooh, first name already.
She does have like the badge on, so it's the first initial already anyway. And she says, yeah, just sort of watching as Barkley's like sitting on top of the gym bag trying to zipper this thing up. It's like,
Mark, do you need help with that?
the like foot
Yeah, sure.
is
Can
still
you
sticking out.
Can you like get that foot over there?
Yeah, she's gonna help him out.
You like shove the foot in and hear a stitch or two pop, and you're like, okay, I think it's in, but maybe you want to hold it by the bottom just so it doesn't, rip. You now have a side blade and a gym bag. If you would like to write that in your inventory.
I guess I am now.
And one of you has a side blade. We'll call it memory card.
So Simon actually rolled a 12 to try and sleight of hand that when the cop came in, but looking around panicked, he uses his saving face feature from the Hobgoblin species and kind of fudges reality a little bit in a slightly different way and to make that a 17.
Okay. She does not seem to notice. She seems mostly just freaked the shit out that this thing is in the middle of the city. And seemingly grateful that you guys found it versus, some random idiot that didn't necessarily know what they were doing. Not that you guys really did, but...
I don't know, we're doing a pretty good job.
Instead of one random idiot, you get a team of random idiots.
Look, Sekhmet knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, we know what we're doing. We're professionals.
Look, some people pay a lot of money for side blade parts, I bet.
Do you say that?
No, absolutely not. No, this is all out of character. I would absolutely not say that in front of
That seems like a bad idea.
Honestly, I believe you would, though.
Next mission, break out of jail.
Try to flirt with a cop that
Like, yep, you guys are great to go. And then suddenly the handcuffs come out. Ah, shit.
Not only has Sekhmet challenged her authority 3 times, he just admitted to trying to commit a felony.
If Sekhmet doesn't get sent to jail at some point, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Yeah. So she sort of escorts you out, and as that same like huge Saren that you had talked to before comes in and is like, everything all right? It points to Daiyo and like, you really I think a lot of you need to get checked out.
I'm fine-ish now.
Fine-ish now. Like half of you are very messed up, and the other half are like, "Yeah, no, I'm fine.
We're
I
fine.
have a
Copper.
scuff mark."
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just like,
I just look at Sekhmet like, why do you keep doing this?
Are you still carrying him?
Yeah.
Simon just looks perpetually unruffled.
And he sort of like looks to the woman. He's like, Henderson is. She's like, yeah, we've got half of their statements. We know where they're staying. We can follow up on them. And he sort of like looks a little disbelieving. She's like, I got it. Trust me. They're about as reliable as you can get in this town.
Thank you.
We're
Well,
here to
we're
help.
digital wardens. This is our jurisdiction. By
She
the way.
just sighs and keeps walking. He's just like, the fuck is a digital warden?
The people
I
control
will-
this crime scene.
We're the super awesome team.
You guys.
You're saying people that just that have this crime scene, and there's like an actual crime scene crew with like the tape and forensic coming in, and they're like looking at you like you
That's
in
right.
your, I believe it was a plaid dress, the
was-
sapphire blue jacket.
It was a combat skirt, a
Combat
Christmas
skirt.
sweater, the
Please.
running pants that he was given that were cut into leg warmers. Definitely not Converse high tops. And yes, it was a sapphire blue bomber
They're
jacket.
low bottoms.
Yeah, they're just continuing to do their jobs. They're not paying any mind to you.
Meanwhile, I guess Barkley is wearing swim trunks over top of his basketball shorts. He would have jogging pants, but he gave those to you. So he's just wearing the sweatpants that match with the sweat shirt that goes with those pants, but just by itself over top.
He's not the only one that looks insane anymore.
We're all very ecliptic bunch of people.
Oh, and a swim cap covering his fro, if you recall. Now I think about
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. So you guys march triumphantly out of the children's restaurant place known as Wonder Park, back towards the office, and we will leave off there unless there's something you want to do real quick at the end.
Yeah, I want to quickly wink at Rachel Henderson as I leave.
She doesn't even notice. She's too preoccupied talking to all of her colleagues and trying to figure out what goes where and various different things.
I'm sidelined.
Oh my gosh, she's so cute.
Get her a hat.
You know, when I try to impress somebody, I write my name on something and give it to them.
Not everyone is bad at basketball, so they can't all do that.
Oh! Yikes! I like to think the whole time you're still on my shoulder.
Oh yeah, I assumed he was never put down. He's talking shit from in a giant's arms.
This is my favorite thing.
So we had like the group laugh as everybody's walking out, and then it just goes to like credit music, and we get the yellow text and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Freeze frame roll credits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm not looking forward to the paperwork. Ah!
Yes.
Sekhmet's like, what paperwork?
Ah!
Oh.
Freeze frame directed by.
Yeah, it's a freeze
So
frame.
we will say,
Everybody's jumping, and Daiyo's just like to the cop.
yes.
I love it.
Um,
Yes.
So we'll say that next time you guys can start up and do a little bit of that free time, fun stuff that we had talked about,
Yay, shopping!
and you guys level to level 4.
Ooh.
So,
Here's a difficult-
Awesome.
Are we doing feats?
yes, you can do feats.
Okay.
Yes.
I do have 2 of those, yes.
Good. Making sure. I
The
as of right now have 2.
Sorry, that was a really bad pun. Sorry, go ahead.
oh god damn it! I was really confused for a second. I'm like, wait, shit. No, that's not. Oh, fuck you. Yeah. Okay. With that pun, any announcements?
So does Barkley explode? Is that what happens?
No, not yet. That's
Okay,
later.
okay. Tomorrow is on this channel at 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard will be our Trackless Sea campaign, and we'll have our recurring guest Jeanette, who runs Uncanny Adventures on Twitch.
We need her to save us from the scary shadow god thing.
And she'll be
Yeah, we're doing a god again
and
with her.
and she'll be playing her moon elf wizard Rain, who might have a ring that is very wintry.
And
that
it's
might be
totally,
helpful.
definitely not a domain lord. I'm excited. I can't wait to play Reckless. I haven't played Dagger in so long.
And
Yeah.
I think besides that, that's all I got. Anyone else got anything?
I think it was unclear whether or not we were playing Sunday for Dragon Heist or not. So
It looks
gonna
like
be on Twitter for that.
actually it's definite no.
Okay.
I just got news for that. No, it's a no. Though.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. But Reckless tomorrow.
Mhm.
Aya, you got anything?
Yes. On Sunday we're not actually having Dungeon Academy, but we might be doing a Ghost of Salt Marsh. I hope I pronounced that right. Game. So we'll see. I hope it should be fun. Sean is super awesome at doing fun stuff like that, and there's lots of boats and stuff. So if you want to see that, there's gonna be that. And also, I made little pins of my character from my Dungeon Academy game. She's super cute, and you guys can you can get her on Etsy. Right now, it's on my if you go to my Twitter, which is Aya Goldner, you can find the link there, and she's super cute, and yeah,
She is super cute.
I love her. She's a good bean.
Lluis, anything other than crying that I use all of your art against you?
Oh, it hurts so much.
How about you? Instead of drawing scary monsters, draw cute.
The
Yeah.
moment you realized what the Cyblight was,
I mean, it's
perfect.
when I'm drawing, I'm like, oh my god, players are gonna freak out so much. It's gonna be crazy when I throw this to the players. I mean, I can't wait to see the stats and how it's deadly to the players. And now I'm the player.
Yeah.
I mean, follow me on Twitter if you want. I draw a lot of barely safe for work stuff. So because I cannot draw monsters anymore, I'm afraid.
That's the secret. That's the secret for all of the monster girls and boys. That's why.
Yeah. Unless someone finds a way to weaponize that against me. So I don't know what I'll do then.
Jesse, anything?
I think
I don't know that he heard me. I asked if Jesse had anything.
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. The one that I know that you're in, the Slayers game just went up on YouTube. If anybody is interested in go see it, we fought what was definitely not Lady Maria and my rogue. Wow. Yeah. No, I got targeted. It was scary as shit. Morgan, anything?
Yes, actually. So, for those of you who aren't in the know, I am in a streamed group called Critical Role. Difficult to say. The DM, he has been on leave of absence since he was at school. He graduated, but he won't be able to return as DM. So on the 20th, we're having a big farewell to him with the level 20, like 1, maybe 2 shot. And then it goes into a game that I'm running.
Oh, nice.
And I'm going to ruin them emotionally.
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's the best.
I can't wait until we get to that point in this game. It's gonna be great.
I cannot relate to that.
Shut the fuck up. Don't even go there.
Oh man.
Reese, anything?
Nope. I guess an announcement. I graduated, so I don't have to do homework.
That's nice.
I have to go back Monday because I work at the school. So I mean,
do you feel comfortable sharing what your degree is in?
I mean, I don't think it's that impressive. It's just cybersecurity and information assurance.
Oh, that's perfect.
Cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Congrats.
That's what we're doing here, right?
Yeah, something like that. That's
Hey,
wife.
This time when you go Monday, you're getting paid for it instead of you paying them, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
So finally getting my money back from that.
Yeah.
So exciting. But other than that, I don't have anything going on.
Okay. Since the dog's kind of exploding in the background there, see you guys in 2 weeks, right?
Yeah. See ya.
Unless you want to see the boring team.
Yeah, I
Ciao.
heard they got a
They're
toad or
okay.
something. It's real gross. Oh, whatever.
Something like that.
Whatever.
See you guys next time.
Bye, guys.